What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gents, and toasters? It is your boy, Wigan Toaster, and as you guys can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be a top 5 zombie maps in COD history. This is truly what I felt were the best maps, and this is all based in opinion. This may not be your favorite, it may not be the community's favorite, but these are personally my favorites that I would recommend to you guys. So basically, this is going to be a video over the top 5 maps I personally think are the best, and we're going to be starting this off with the number 5. Here in the number 5 spot, it's going to have to be Der Eisendrache. I really felt this map deserved this spot because overall the map was very well developed. The storyline was great. I loved how they included the Origins characters back in the game. And of course they were going to include them because they had to follow the storyline. But I felt it really fit the map. It really summed it all together. And second of all, the bows. Man, I can't even talk about how great the bows were. I've always been wanting to have a bow in zombies, other than the crossbow. We've always had the crossbow and all that stuff, but now that they included a regular bow, kind of like the Sparrow Specialist, I kind of realized that they're kind of incorporating the Specialist within the games, but this bow was just, I don't even know, like, it just overwhelmed me that they actually included a bow now in zombies. First of all, I mean, it was freaking awesome that they included a bow. Second of all, it was amazing because the bows were overpowered. So, I mean, I just used the crap out of those bows, and man, it was just, they were awesome. I felt the bows were great, the map was great, there was a lot of good training spots, and third of all, they brought Scuba Steve back. Who doesn't want Scuba Steve back from Origins to have his comeback? He definitely deserves his place. But also to add on to that, I really felt the Easter egg had a great incorporation with this map. It really brought the story into the player's eyes, you know? Like, if you get those connections with each character, and it really just, it brought it together in Der Eisendrache. And another thing I felt about the Easter egg was that I wasn't gonna give up. That was one of the maps that really got me hooked. Like, it's not like some other maps when you just complete an Easter egg, boom, you're done. This one was like, it really brought you in, and that's something I really did like about this map. But that is all the time that we have for this review on this map. Let's move on to number 4. Taking the number 4 spot here in the top 5 would definitely have to be Der Riese. I know you guys may hate me for saying this, but I definitely felt that Der Riese deserved its spot due to the fact it was one of the first maps to incorporate Pack-a-Punch. If you guys did play World at War, you remember Nacht der Untoten, Shinonuma, Verrückt, and then there was Der Riese to close it out. Der Riese was the map. It was the map that finally included a Pack-a-Punch, a way to upgrade your weapons. That's literally what started it for zombies to have Pack-a-Punch. And this is why I felt it definitely did deserve the number 4 spot. A lot of you guys may think it was actually ranked higher, but in my personal opinion, I feel it deserves number 4 because, I mean, I really did enjoy the map. And I really did enjoy the fact that they brought Pack-a-Punch, but it just wasn't up there to reach the requirements of the other maps. It didn't meet the same expectations. I mean, at the time when it was brand new, man, you don't even know how much I love that map. But overall, I really did feel this map had a great playstyle to it. And by playstyle, I mean it was a great way for people who are both campers and trainers had both of their opportunities to actually have their areas that they're better at, because there was always that one catwalk that people would camp on, but yet if you guys were, you know, a more intense aggressive player, you guys could still train down by the barrel area by the electric trap or the spawn. That was another great place to train at. But personally, that map, I love the fact that you can both have camping and training. That was a great thing, and honestly, that's why I deserve the number 4 spot. Now, this is where it gets fairly tricky. I felt like these maps in particular were very great maps. In all honesty, I don't really take any of these over each other, but just in the sense for the top 5, it had to be done. And these 3 maps were personally my favorites. And I always love to go back to these maps. These maps are like the greatest, and I've always had the great fond memories with these ones. And for the number 3 spot would definitely have to be Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead was more of a map that was meant to be tight spaced. It wasn't entirely meant to be super open for all these people to easily train in certain areas. I mean, they had their great areas like the cafeteria, and they also had the Golden Gate Bridge. But in all honesty, this map in particular was great because of its difficulty. I really felt that all these really close-cornered maps, or close-cornered areas within this map, really made the map be what it was. Here on the Alcatraz Island, you had to fight the regular zombies, the waves of zombies, and then you also had Brutus and all this crazy stuff. And don't even get me started with the Hell's Retriever that you could actually upgrade into the Hell's Redeemer. I felt like that thing was an incredible wonder weapon, or let's say a lethal weapon that you could actually use to your advantage. And then don't even forget the golden spork. That was such a weird Easter egg, but yet it was such a great weapon to use. I think it was one knife kill until round 32, so it was insanely overpowered, but it was something I really did love. This map was just overall just amazingly developed. I couldn't ask for anything better within this map. It was just incredible. The acid gap was awesome. Everything within this map just really brought the feel of the Alcatraz Island. Now this is where we nailed down. I felt like this was a very, very hard choice, especially from Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead, it just ripped my heart out when I had to say he was number 3. But I feel like this definitely deserves its spot. The number 2 spot here would have to be Origins. Origins was an amazing map that actually allowed newer players to get a hold on the story. Because if you guys did not know, Origins is the beginning. And this basically meant that this is kind of the beginning of the story on where they actually leave off to Black Ops 3. Because if you guys don't know, within Black Ops 3, all the characters are actually the Origins characters. They're not the old ones from like Black Ops 1 and all that stuff. This is actually the newly developed characters from Origins. But anyways, Origins was a great map due to the fact that they involved these newer weapons known as the staffs. All you guys do know the staffs, the fire, the ice, we have the wind, and we also have the lightning staff. Those staffs were amazing. Each individual one had their own specialties, but personally, I love the fire staff. The fire staff was this amazing thing that would just melt down trains, and also, Scuba Steve had no chance against this thing. If you shot one burst of that lava thing, he would just burn. He was completely done. There was no chance of him surviving, and overall, that map just really brought the feels into it, and it really got me to play zombies a lot more. I really felt that this map brought me more into the zombies community. Like, it really sealed the deal that I wanted to pursue with zombies, and that's why I really did love this map. And I know that this map may make you guys think I am completely joking, but my favorite map entirely is Transit. No, but seriously, it was Moon. But as many of you guys know, my personal favorite would have to be Moon. Moon was a great map due to the fact that they finally incorporated low gravity, but yet it wasn't in a huge leap into the future, if you guys know what I mean. Like, Moon, it definitely had a great immersive zombie experience that actually allowed you to have kind of like a new grip with like how to play zombies. Like with this whole low gravity, you had to figure out how to adapt to it, and then also they incorporated some new weapons. And as many of you guys know, the new weapons were the zap guns. That's actually what I called them. Or these, it's basically like a dual wield Wonder Waffle guns. And then once you put them together, you can actually shoot it at the ground. The zombies will float up and they just explode. It's freaking amazing. Like, you couldn't think of anything better than that Wonder Weapon. Personally, when I got that weapon, I always had the greatest feeling when I finally received that weapon in the box. And then second of all, it was great that they had like perk variety. If you guys didn't know that on the map when you're in the spawn room, if you guys are training there, you can either see Speed Cola or Jug spawn in. And if Jug spawned in, you could actually trade in the spawning area until you got enough points, buy Jug, and then teleport to the Griffin Station, which allows you to have Jug basically before round 1. I thought that was amazing. And then also the Easter egg. This is actually something I personally never completed. I only watched gameplays over the Moon completion, and basically what happened at Moon is something that later on in Black Ops 3 we need to stop. Because if you guys don't know, in Black Ops 3 the storyline follows this path of events that basically is stopping the old versions of themselves, of Takeo, Richtofen, Tank Dempsey, and Nikolai. Basically they're stopping their old selves from doing what they did in the past to basically fix the better future, which is awesome. And you know, like, looking at Moon, just overall that map was just greatly developed. But yes, that will have to be it for this top 5 video on the zombie maps. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to drop a thumbs up, and also if you guys have any other recommendations for top 5s, make sure to leave that also in the comments. And yet, leave your guys' top 5 zombie maps down in the comments. I would love to see what you guys personally liked for zombie maps. And you know, overall, I mean, this is all in my opinion. It's not necessarily favorited towards the community. So, whatever your guys' opinions are, make sure to leave that down in the comments. But other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, make sure to press the thumbs up. And as always, keep it toasty.